So thank you very much, BIM Coordinator Summit and Plannerly for this instance. I will be talking about key BIM skills and the route to a highly trained team. Just software is not enough. We are talking about this all the morning. So we need to explore which skills make BIM team truly effective and how to develop them. But first, I want to present myself. I am architect, BIM master in project management with more than 12 years in project development and director in MDT architecture and BIM Online, a digital training platform for professionals in BIM. This is how I worked with BIM before working with BIM. Developing projects with a lot of problems also coming to execution. And after BIM, it was working like this, but not only with 3D models, but also it's about information. And that was the difference in my career. So that's why I decided to share all my experience and knowledge with professionals in BIM. And this was really the difference. The team that had strong technical tools but lacked a proper understanding of BIM standards like ISO 19750. As a result, the model was not structured correctly and the information was inconsistent, and this leads to a delay in coordination, confusion between disciplines, and ultimately a 3-week delay in a project delivery. This was an example. And it was a clear reminder that without the right skills, both technical and understanding, even the best tools can't guarantee the success. So this is a survey that shows that the main barriers for BIM implementation leads in a lack of comprehension of BIM methodology and a technical knowledge that is really missing in professionals working with BIM actually. And also it was a BIM mindset that we talked about all the morning, and also a cultural resistance. So I think there's 3 main points when talking about BIM knowledge. One is technology, the software, but it's not enough. So we need processes, clear processes in BIM implementation and BIM projects, but mainly people working with the correct abilities and skills to work with BIM. So this is what we really need to work efficiently with BIM. 3D models, yes, clashes, budgets, plans, but also processes, analysis, collaboration, guidelines, and communication. Above all, communication and collaborative workflows. So one of the main problems is the lack of strategic planning. Implementing BIM without a detailed strategic planning can lead to a project failure, and the lack of a clear and well-defined plan from the outset results in significant deviation in time, costs, and also quality. So how to overcome a lack of planning strategy with improvised implementation, not aligned objectives, lack of a clear roadmap, waste of resources, and missed deadlines. So having a roadmap is something like this, where we can order the tasks in a clear way to advance and achieve BIM guidelines. So how to overcome a lack of planning? Creating a BIM implementation plan, involve all stakeholders in the creation of a detailed plan, covering all the phases of the project, define a clear objectives, establish specific and measurable goals to guide implementation, allocate adequate resources, ensure that human and technological resources are aligned with the needs of the project, establish a timeline, create a realistic schedule with key milestones to monitor progress, and also involve senior management, ensuring that management commitment to support implementation. So there are some roles necessary also to work with BIM in a clear way. And to overcome these clear roles, we can find in projects some unclear functions, confusion about responsibilities, lack of coordination and internal conflicts, lack of clarity that can lead to disagreement and tensions in the team, operational inefficiency, duplicate or misaligned tasks, result and wasted resources, loss of time, and confusion over the responsibilities of who can delay what decision-making and task execution. So this document that is also in English, here is in Spanish, shows the roles to define in an organization and how to work in a clear way so everyone can know what to expect about the task in a BIM project. And this is also an attachment that is needed to work with BIM about the matrix of responsibility aligned with the associate and also the ISO standard. So data management understanding is another point to make a better skilled team to work with BIM. So underestimating data management in a BIM project can lead to loss of a critical information, inconsistencies, and coordination problems, severely affecting the quality and the success of the project. Poor data management can result in a decision based on incorrect information, duplication of effort, and coordination difficulties between the teams. So this chart shows the project information as the phase of the project and the time is in advance, and how information loss has been a problem with the traditional methodology, and how to work with digital workflows, increment this information, and make a database to a clear information project decisions. So how to overcome the data management understanding with the loss of information, critical data that may be lost or inaccessible and what is most needed, model inconsistencies, lack of data, standardization and quality control that can lead to errors and discrepancies in the model, and collaboration difficulties without a proper management, sharing and accessing to data that becomes problematic, slow workflow, and causing misunderstandings. So data standardization is really important. Implement clear standards and protocols for the creation, storage, and use of data in BIM, ensuring that all the team members follow the same guidelines. Use a common data environments that centralize and organize all the project information, creating an access and collaboration across disciplines. Data quality control, establishing a periodic data review and validation processes to detect and correct inconsistencies in a timely manner, and data management training, so important to ensure that the team is trained to handle data efficiently and that the understanding of the importance of good information management. So lack of an appropriate training is also one of the main barriers, as this survey shows. The lack of in-trained house expertise and lack of training in professionals is one of the main problems. So lack to adequate training leads to errors in modeling, wasted time in solving problems, and low return on investment in BIM technology. So the way to overcome these training professionals in BIM is ongoing on training programs, establishing training programs to cover both technical and specs and BIM processes, ensuring that all team members are up to date. Role-specific training, tailoring training to the different roles on the team so that each member receives training relevant to their responsibilities. Post-training support, provide ongoing resources such as manuals, tutorials, and access to experts to resolve questions and support on the job learning, and competency assessment to conduct period assessment to ensure that the team is acquiring and applying to knowledge efficiently. And the last point, not knowing how to collaborate. This is a great problem. Better collaboration in one only model is one of the facing problems to create reliable databases that take better decisions for our projects and not only using BIM tools. So create better shared documentation, post-project analysis, cross-border collaboration, and showcase success projects to demonstrate that BIM is possible and the results are achieved, collaborate with other professionals to improve the processes, evaluate how the BIM approach made an impact on the project's quality, time, and costs, and also use BIM models as central source to information to ensure that everything is involved and has access to the most up-to-date. So working with one only databases in projects for better collaboration and better communication, and promote open communication, establish clear and effective communication channels between all the disciplines, regular coordination meetings, organize regular coordination meetings to ensure all the disciplines are aligned to objectives and process on the project, use BIM collaboration tools to implement BIM platforms and tools to facilitate real-time collaboration in model integration between disciplines, federated models to use and combine the models from all the disciplines in a single environment, allowing an early detection and resolution for conflicts, and define collaboration protocols, establish clear procedures for information exchange and model integration, ensuring that all participants follow the same rules. So not knowing also what regulations and standards are and mean, and this comes about information management and what ISO standard says about the information in the project, structured and not structured information, not only geometric, and how to overcome also regulations and standards, well, continuous research and update, keep informed about the last regulations and standards, implement recognized BIM standards, adopt and apply BIM standards such as ISO to ensure the project complies with best practices, regular reviews and audits to conduct periods to verify that the project continues to comply with established regulation and standards, and regulatory and standards training to ensure that all BIM teams members are trained and applicable regulations, standards, so they can implement them correctly. So some of the problems are cumulative errors, small problems that are not addressed and can turn into significant and costly errors, coordination difficulties, lack of reviews that can lead to coordination problems between disciplines, and that only discovered in the advanced stage of the model, and delays and cost overruns that correct problems discovered late in the project that is often most costly and delays to schedule. So how skills come together and how to empower the team, set common goals, a shared vision for the project, clear roles, base and skills, and also experience, continuous training and cross-learning, a culture of continuous improvement, constructive feedback, BIM leadership in the role of BIM manager coordination as a guide. So BIM skills is not only about technical skills, but also about soft skills. This is a real BIM performance. So how to start? Team skills, assessment, training plan, and implementation of collaborative process. These are the main tasks to discuss and to continue working on. So the true BIM transformation begins where people develop the right skills to collaborate and build together. Are you preparing your team for the future of BIM? So this is my BIM platform courses. You can also, with the QR code, access to my social network. So thank you very much.